At Shiloh, dust drifts across the camp as the elders of Israel gather before the tent of meeting. The time for marching and fighting is over. The final work of the conquest is to divide the land with open hands. Eleazar the Kohen stands in his priestly garments, the 12 stones of his breastplate catching the fading light. Joshua stands beside him, aged and grave, as the lots are prepared. The commentator, known as the Malbim, reads the lot as the hand of God, made visible in physical space. No tribe's portion was chosen by the politics of men. Each border was fixed long before the stone was ever drawn. The ceremony was a revelation of a map that God had already established. The second lot comes out for Shimon. It falls strangely, not on open, unclaimed country, but inside the borders of Yehuda. The text provides the plain logic. Yehuda's initial portion was simply too large for them to fill. Shimon was given a home within his brother's surplus fields. The Malbim highlights the precision of this outcome. A blind lot measured 2 tribes against each other and fit them together, placing Shimon exactly where Yehuda had room. Through all of this, Joshua draws the inheritance for every tribe in Israel while keeping back his own. He secures the provision for an entire nation while remaining empty-handed himself. The third lot rises for Zebulun, whose border runs down toward the sea along the slopes near Yokneam. The fourth lot falls to Issachar, claiming the broad, green farmland of the Jezreel Valley beneath the great hill of Tabor. The fifth lot goes to Asher, stretching through coastal olive country that reaches north toward Sidon. The sixth lot rises for Naphtali in the high Galilee, where fortified towns are scattered through the hills above the Sea of Kinneret. The land's division was completed as wandering families finally put down roots. They moved into the valleys and hills, transforming the terrain into a permanent home. The seventh lot comes to Dan on the western edge, but the Amorites block them from entering the valley, and their portion slips from their grasp. This failure forces the tribe to migrate far from their assigned land to seek a new place to settle. They march north and capture a walled city called Leshem. They rename it Dan, after the father of their tribe, a home they were never originally given. The land of Israel was now whole and divided. Every tribe was set in its place, yet one portion, the leader's own, remained ungiven. Now the people of Israel turn to Joshua. Having divided the land for everyone else, he is finally granted an inheritance in their midst. The law commanded that the land be divided by lot, yet Caleb and Joshua were exempted from that requirement. Both men had asked for their cities by name. A lot is blind. It cannot answer a specific name or honor a personal request. Answering a request by name requires a direct response from the voice of God. Joshua's inheritance was a direct prophetic gift. By the mouth of God, they gave him the city he asked for. Joshua asked for Timnath-Serach, a location in the high, stony hills of Ephraim. While the tribes took the fertile valleys and coastal plains, Joshua turned to a broken hill town. He had handed out the nation's inheritance, and what remained for him was a ruin. He rebuilt the town with his own hands. The man who led the conquest spent his final years lifting stone and mud brick, living among his people in the city he had raised from the dust. These were the inheritances. Eleazar and Joshua finished the work at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and the dividing of the land was complete. The lots are laid down. After 40 years of wandering, the nation is finally home. At the center of the camp, in the fading light, the tent of meeting stands over a land at rest.